Coming on in if people walk in, but we're gonna get started. There's a decent amount of things that we want to talk about, but I want to make sure we should have plenty of time to answer questions at the end if you have them. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Class of 2026, you will see this at the end, but you only have 71 days of school left. 71 days from kindergarten all the way through 12th grade. Those of you, come on in. If you are like done with school after this year, 71 days left. That's it, which is kind of incredible. Okay, but we have some really important things to talk to you about before we get to the end. As you notice, there's plenty of your classmates that are not here right now, so that's why we're recording this. We'll put it out on Teams, send it to your families as well too, if your family has any questions about it. But Mr. Griggs is going to talk about just a few things, and then we have Miss Isaacson here. Miss Beatty's going to talk about silver cord. Mr. Kirby is here about 529s and things like that. And then I'll have some updates about your cap and gown, like logistics things about graduation. And then I've already gotten like some questions like over and over again, so I'm going to go over those. And then Student Senate just has a few things to talk to you about. And then, like I said, hopefully we'll have some time for questions at the end. So I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Griggs.
Okay, so it is super important that sometime during the first part of the semester you check in with your school counselor if you have not already. Okay, you guys have a lot of milestones that you need to be doing, whether that's applying to college, applying for scholarships, finishing FAFSA, or if it's going into a trade, making sure you have the right plan for getting attached to that apprenticeship program that you want. So check in with your counselor about what you're doing and where you're at. Post-secondary, and especially if you failed a class, right? There are seniors in here who failed a class probably in the fall. Make sure that is, if you need it fixed, that you get it done before graduation, or figure out how to change your plan up. Okay, post-secondary plans, like I said, check in. If you are applying to DMAC will be here February 2nd in the upstairs student center. They will be helping with finishing applications, doing financial aid, whatever you need. They are here from 9 to 11 and 12 to 2 up there. That's Ms. Gallardo up there. FAFSA. There will be one more FAFSA night from 4 to 7 p.m. in the cafeteria. We will have volunteers here to help you guys get through that if you still need help doing so. Finally, scholarship. Scholarship season is like kicked off and moving and going, okay? Make sure you are watching your teams, your senior email. Like, we will send them out in various ways. You have to do your part. The other thing I will say is make sure that when you are applying for various scholarships that you are taking your time with them. It is very easy to tell when you turn something in if you did it in 5 minutes versus if you actually spent time with it, okay? And that is kind of what makes the difference between who gets and doesn't get scholarships is the effort and time put in, okay? I'm not saying spend hours and hours and hours, but actually put some effort in. Some that are out right now, you should have just seen, I sent out Rotary, I sent out a couple others. Affinity Credit Union will be coming out soon. So you will see probably 3 or 4 more pop up in the next few weeks on those channels. Check the requirements, okay? If there's a GPA cutoff, make sure you meet that GPA cutoff. Or if there's other dynamics that they are looking for, make sure you meet those requirements before you spend time applying, okay? Are we holding questions till the end or doing them right now?
Let's wait till the end.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's right. So, and speaking of scholarships, I'm going to take it over.
Hey everybody, congratulations on making it to second semester for senior year. Very proud of you. You all look like you are rested and calm and peaceful. That's a good way to approach your last semester of high school. It seems like maybe you have your acts together. Yes? Okay, yeah. You have a lot of people here who work to make sure that you have what you need, and we're here to help. So I really appreciate what Mr. Griggs just said about you have to put some effort in, you have to take the time. It's important that you take initiative. If you have needs, if you need some help with anything, you gotta let us know. We don't know how to help you if you don't tell us, okay? Polar Bear Scholarship is a very special scholarship that is open now. This is run by the North High Alumni Foundation. I happen to be a person on that board and have done that for a number of years. Last year, we gave out $250,000 to just North High students. Some of that is in the form of renewable scholarships for some of your former classmates who are already in college, who earned a scholarship that was good for more than 1 year. But a lot of that was for last year's class. This is the only scholarship that you're applying for where you're only really in a pool of polar bears, okay? This is just for North High students. The timeline is short. I sent out messages last week that the application was open online. We have 2 in right now. The deadline is a week from Friday, 3:15 p.m., the portal closes. There will not be exceptions made for technical difficulties. There will not be an extension on that deadline. So y'all have a week and a half to get that application in. I strongly encourage you to take a look at what those requirements are. We'll talk about them really quickly, okay? So you have to have a minimum 2.5 GPA, cumulative GPA, 2.5 or higher to apply. One thing that's not up there is you need to have applied to at least 1 college, okay? That can be DMAC, that can be Central, that can be Simpson, that can be Drake, that can be Iowa State, don't care. As long as it is a not-for-profit college. We do not support for-profit colleges. There's a very important reason for that. For-profit colleges do not focus on getting people graduated and educated, they focus on profit. One example of that is the University of Phoenix. You might see commercials for a school like that. They have online programs, so they're national. That's a for-profit college, and Polar Bear scholarships cannot go to that college. Most of the colleges that you've heard of and that are around here, though, those are non-profit colleges, and those qualify. Okay, so you need to have applied to 1 school, 2.5 cumulative GPA or higher, a polished essay. What do I mean by polished essay? What does that mean? Come on. Huh? Yeah, you actually worked on it. Should you have somebody else proofread that for you? Yes. You have lots of friendly, educated adults in this building who will be happy to help you make sure you're turning in a polished essay. Do not write the way that you text. Write a nice essay. Many of you, you'll see, I'm gonna pull up the application quick so you can see there's 2 different essay prompts to choose from. You only need to write on one of them. And you probably have an essay already that fits one of those prompts. You do not have to start from scratch. You can tweak and rewrite a little bit of an essay that you already have if you really like an essay that you've already written, okay? Work smarter, not harder, right? That's what we mean by that. Polished essay, a resume. One little tip. I see sometimes that applications come in and somebody has done a resume from scratch and they've done an online template. You know, they Googled resume templates, they liked the way one kind of looked. They start entering their information in there and filling that out, and they forget to delete some of the information that's in that template. So I'll get a resume of somebody and it might say, Grace says GPA, da-da-da, and she's in this and she's done this and all of these different things, and then she forgot to delete some line down there that says, here is where you fill in your work experience. So take your time, go through those, proofread them, have a friend, have a teacher proofread them for you, okay? Those things stand out. So you need your resume. Your transcript with your cumulative GPA on it. You have access to that in Infinite Campus yourself. You can pull that up. It's usually a 1-pager, sometimes a 2-pager, but your transcript that has your cumulative GPA on it is also something you upload with your application. And then a recent photo. That photo could be a senior picture. If you had professional photos done, that's great. If you don't have one of those, that's totally fine too. It can be a recent photo of you that you take on your phone that looks really good. We just need a recent photo of you to help our interview team be able to put a name to a face, because they're going to interview a lot of students who apply, okay? And that photo can possibly be used in a brochure that we make every year of last year's grads that we send out in the fall, and that's a fundraiser. And we get lots of people that donate money to the scholarship program, and they love seeing all of your beautiful faces. So just know that, okay? So a nice picture of you. Does anybody have questions about those things up there and those requirements that I talked about? What is the deadline for turning this in? And when is February 6th? Next Friday. It is a quick turnaround, so get on it. This is a very easy scholarship for people to earn money from. We will interview most of the people who apply, but there may be some people who don't even have to interview, and you'll read about that when you go into the application. Is it okay if I open this? I want to show you the website that comes up. Oh, look, I don't want to really be on there, but so when you see my face, you know you're on the right page, you guys. So application is open.
Oh my god, it's Kavian.
Yeah, it is Kavian. Look. You know what Kavian's doing, you guys? I just got an email from him yesterday. He is the current president of the Black Student Alliance at Iowa State University.
Oh my god, really?
I know! He's the coolest. Okay, so here's your first page. Carefully read all of the criteria. You guys, I know you don't like to read stuff. There's a lot of words. No, you're gonna zoom it in when you read it later, okay? But I'm gonna go over it really fast, just the key points. When you're doing something for school or for your future, I know it's a lot of words up there. Please take the time to read those things. There are important instructions, and especially when you're applying for scholarships. There are specifications they have about how to write your essay, what font to use, what size that font should be, and if you don't follow those, it's an easy way for them to just knock you right out of the running for the money. And that goes for everything you're applying for, okay? Pay attention to those details. Have somebody help you and look that over. Do these things together with your friends and help each other get these things done, okay? That's what we do when we're polar bears. Okay, so you have to be graduated from North in this current academic year. That means any early grads, you still qualify, okay? Minimum, and so if you have friends or recording early grads, you can still apply. Minimum cumulative GPA of 2.5. You will enroll in an accredited nonprofit college or university in the fall following graduation. You have applied to at least one college or university prior to submitting your application. So if you have not yet applied to a place and you're planning to apply for this scholarship, you got to get your college application in and this before Friday the 6th at 3:15. Okay. And then the essay interviews are going to be March 4th, 5, and 6 here at North. You'll learn more about that. Here's the essay details here. You're going to upload one essay up to 500 words. That's about 2 pages. Up to 500 words. Please don't write more than that. When a scholarship gives you parameters, follow them. Yes?
Is that double spaced or single spaced?
Very good question. Double spaced 12-point font. Okay? Those are those details we were just talking about. Here are the 2 prompts that you choose from. Describe a meaningful experience, period of time, or relationship in your life that has shaped who you are. Or, what are your educational and career plans, and what has inspired or motivated you to choose these? Those are really broad prompts to choose from. And like I said, many of you probably have an essay already that you've written that would fit one of those. You might need to juice it up a bit, you might want to tweak it a bit, you might want to polish it a bit, but you don't necessarily have to start from scratch. If you don't, just start from scratch. You're all brilliant, you can do this. This is an easy thing to apply for, okay? And then if you look further down, it goes into the formulas for how you're rated, and that some people will interview and some may not. And then, so basically, you gotta read through this page, make sure you understand all of that. Please do not contact me with a 2.3 GPA cumulative and say, can I still apply? The answer is no, and I can't make an exception for you. The foundation has set that as the bar. 2.5 minimum cumulative GPA, okay? We had a student last year who submitted an application anyway. Appreciated her, but she could not go through and she could not receive funding. Don't waste your time. Be smart. Look for, there's plenty of scholarships that you may still apply for. And so then this is the first page. You fill all this stuff out and then you go through, and then there's basically, I can't click because it won't let me go forward, but essentially, then it requires you to do the uploads of the pieces that we talked about on here. Or not on here, where did we go? Wherever our slide is. Where's our slideshow? So, deadline next Friday. If you have questions, you can contact me, Heather Isaacson. I'm on Teams and on school email. This information went out on the senior teams channel in the scholarship section. Remember, there's a sub-channel there, inside there for scholarship information. And so you can contact me on Teams or school email. I will come up on there, okay? Reach out if you have questions. Mr. Kirby and Ms. Kahara, your counselors are also resources for information on Polar Bear Scholarship if you need it. Any immediate questions right now? Okay, y'all, I moved out of my office down here and Mr. Kirby moved in. So I want to make sure that you make friends with Mr. Kirby because he's going to be really helpful in your last semester of senior year as Polar Bears. And so Mr. Kirby is going to talk about, you know, my other job with By Degrees. I get the privilege of working with all of our schools. And Mr. Kirby is joining Ms. Kahara now. So we have 2 program managers to help you here at North. Yeah, did you have a question, babe? No? No question? Okay. Yeah.
When do we start cutting nails?
We're gonna talk about
get
cutting
to
down
that.
next.
We'll get it. We
After
only
Mr.
have
Kirby.
about 15 minutes left.
Okay, thanks. This will be short and sweet. I'm Mr. Kirby. I'm the new guy here, but I'm not new to seniors. I am not new to schools, and I am not new to the north side. But I'm here because you matter. Can I get just a couple of volunteers, please? Come on up. Come on up. I'll take 3. I'll take a third. Come on down. Okay, we're gonna create a lifeline, a timeline of life here. Okay, so who wants to be the baby, the newborn? Okay, you're at the beginning of life. Now the life expectancy in our country, for now, is roughly 77 to 80 years. 80 years for women. Go women. Do you want to be the end of life? Sorry, or do you want to be the end of life? You want to be the grave digger? You hold this in. Okay. Now you come with me. Now this is your life from baby. Make your cutest baby face, will you? Look at that. To death. Okay, this is your lifeline, right? The time that you're in high school, let's see, 4, 8, 12, 6. Here, hold this right here. In your life, this is the amount of time you are in high school. What you do during this time matters so much and has implications for all the rest of this. Doesn't seem fair, does it? I don't think it's quite right. There's a lot of us trying to work and change the system. And unfortunately, I just met you here at the beginning of your second semester for your senior year. But as the people who have already spoken and will continue to speak to you, who support you, believe that everything you do now matters. Everything you say matters. And I'm astonished by the number of F-bombs that fly through these hallways every day. It's like crazy. I worked at a high school 10 years ago. It was a little different then, right? But listen, folks, you looked around, world's on fire. By the year 2050, it's projected that we will have 2/3 fewer polar bears on the planet if we don't do something. You are the future. You are the problem solvers for tomorrow. So, yeah, 71 days. What are you going to do with it? These things count. The people that do well take advantage of opportunities before them in this little amount of time. You get the picture here, right? It's really important. And consider the next 4 years and the choices that you make for your future starting in the fall. Maybe it's college, maybe it's straight into work, maybe it's a skilled trade, but we want you to go into something. You're going to need something more than your high school diploma. And as much as your teachers try and as great as they are as educators, a high school diploma just isn't enough for you to be happy, be healthy, have some wealth, and problem solve this future that we've got in front of us, right? Okay, thanks you guys. Here you go. One way that you can do this with some free money. Now scholarships are important, and if I would have, here you go. Thanks for helping.
Oh, thank you. Bye.
If I would have been in your shoes, when I was in your shoes, I thought, scholarships, I'm not smart enough. I'm probably not going to get this. Look, The Polar Bear Alumni Foundation gives more money than any other school in the city. And they make it relatively easy. But yes, you got to put yourself out there. Yes, you have to write a polished essay. Yeah, you got to use grammar and capitalization because we want to know that you're going to take the tools that you built and learned over not just this last 4 years, but the last 13 years, that you're going to take those and be successful. One real easy way, if you haven't already gotten free money, this is our free money. You just click this QR code, fill out the application. It'll take you 4 minutes. $200 goes directly into an account that you can use for the next 5 years. For post-secondary, for skilled trades, you want to be a carpenter, you want to work on cars, you can use this money to pay for tools or a toolbox or a computer or whatever tech you're going to need. Okay? So don't miss out on this opportunity. I know because I scrolled through your whole senior year this year on Teams, it's back there. But take a picture of this today and sign up if you haven't already, and then there's an opportunity to earn even more money into this account for you, for free. It's money. When people offer you free money, you take it like Matt Smith said. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Kirby.
All right. Yeah, free money. Good. Ms. Beatty is going to just give you a brief update about Silver Cord.
That was an awesome presentation. I can't follow that very well, but I'm gonna hit the facts. Thank you, Mr. Kirby. He's an awesome guy. Silver Cord hours, opportunities for us to volunteer outside of what we normally do with faith-based organizations and all different avenues is what you get to do. And what that says to your either the college that you're going to attend or the trade school you're going to, the military, the job, what that says to those people when you apply is that I'm the kind of human being who is not just about me. I do things for outside organizations for free. So that is one of the major components to Silver Cord opportunities is volunteering, is giving up your time. And most of you should have Parent Square because I typically list volunteer opportunities on Silver Cord opportunities on Parent Square. So look on Parent Square and look for, and I typically label them earned Silver Cord hours. And by this time, most of you have been involved in them in Silver Cord, earnings in Silver Cord hours. And if you haven't, it's approximately 160 hours that you need to earn in order to wear that silver cord. It's a silver and pink cord for North, actually. Pretty awesome cord. Sorry I didn't bring it. And here's something that you need to remember: the deadline. The deadline is April 1st, Wednesday, April 1st. Pull your phones out now. Put it on your phone. Mark it because midnight on April 1st is the deadline. There's no, like Ms. Isaacson said, there's no opportunities for you to say, oh, I'm sorry, it was technical difficulties, I didn't get my hours submitted. It's not up to me. There's a cutoff point. So, and if you have additional questions about the Silver Cord opportunities, I'm in room 1405, Black Hallway. I'd be happy to talk you through it. You know, you have access to your Silver Cord hours and how many you have. So yeah. I think we're answering questions after.
Sure.
Okay. All right. So I'll be available.
Thanks, Ms. Beatty.
Thank you.
All right. So these are, Memphis already asked this question. I just want to give you some updates about your cap and gown. Many of you have already ordered. That's great. If you have not yet, I put up a list by the welcome desk, one up in the student center, one in the cafeteria, of just people's ID numbers that have not ordered your cap and gown yet. Please get that done as soon as you possibly can. The cost is currently right around $80, but it will go up another $5 next month, and then it will go up another $5 after that, until if you bought it right when we do rehearsal, it'd be like $120. So please order it quickly. If you have difficulty with the cost or whatever, come talk to one of your counselors or myself, and we'll figure something out, okay? You also got an email from me if you haven't ordered it yet that gave you instructions on how to do that. Just check your email, search my name. If you are going to graduate in the summer or next year. So you just like failed too many classes along the way. There is still summer graduation like in the middle of July. You can still use that cap and gown for summer graduation. They also provide like blue DMPS caps and gowns for that, if that's what you would rather have. But just because you don't make that May deadline, you still have those things to use in the future. I get a lot of questions about cords. How do I get all the cords? What cords do we offer? If you have specific questions, come talk to me. But basically, the big things I need you to know is cords like for activities are going to go through your activity sponsor. So like if you're in National Honor Society, Miss Taylor will talk to you about how you're going to get your cord for that, all right? We had a change last year in how we did class day. It was just taking way too long to give out all the cords at class day. So we're doing those in special smaller ceremonies beforehand. We're also all of Des Moines Public Schools changed the way they do GPA cords. In the past, people like the top 3% got a stole, and the top 15% got a gold cord. Now it's called an honors system. So anybody who has a GPA above 3.5 is eligible for a cord. It depends on if it's weighted or not weighted. I will put this slide in your teams so you can look at it more closely. But basically, you'll either get a bronze, a silver, or a gold cord based on your GPA. If you have questions about that, I shared that information with your counselors. You can ask them about that. Okay? These are important dates to remember. We were supposed to have a senior meeting on Friday. We canceled that because we had this. We are going to have another one at the first week in May. But actually before that, I even have Friday, April 3rd is pretty much the last day to order your cap and gown. That should be your goal, is to have it ordered before April 3rd. If it's after, so on April 3rd, I'm gonna run a list of let's say 10 people are on it. I'm gonna come talk to you and say, are you not gonna do graduation? Which is totally fine, you don't have to, because you haven't ordered your cap and gown. All right, so please get it ordered before April 3rd. We have another senior meeting at the beginning of May, and then I have a lot of dates about your last week at school. The Monday, May 18th, last day to turn anything in. Monday, May 18th. We'll have our last senior meeting on the 19th. Your last day of school is the 20th. We'll have graduation rehearsal on the 21st, class day on the 22nd, and then actual graduation is on Sunday, May 24th at 2:30. Okay? I will send this information out too as well. You don't need to remember this right now. These are the questions that I get Memphis just asked. When do we get our cap and gown? Caps and gowns actually get delivered to school, and you will get them when we do graduation rehearsal. The reason we don't send them out early is because people tend to lose them or damage them, and then you have to buy a new one. And so you will get them on the Thursday before graduation. If you want to decorate your cap, that is totally fine, as long as it is not something that's offensive, okay? But you should have plenty of time to do that if you would like to do that. You do not have to, but you will get it on that Thursday. Graduation is open to really as many people as want to come. It's at the Knapp Center. My suggestion with that though, let's say you have a really big family, get there early. So our ceremony starts at 2:30. You all will need to be there at 1:30. If you have 20 people that want to sit together, they should be there at 1:30 too. Normally what happens during graduation is the actual ceremony starts at 2:30, and that's when people arrive. And then they're trying to find seats all together, and they're wandering around everywhere while you all are down on the floor. That's not going to work. Okay, so if you have a lot of people that want to come, tell them to get there early. One second, got one slide. And then if, let's say you get to May 18th, and you're really close, you're almost done with econ, but you forgot to turn in this last problem or whatever, May 18th is the cutoff. At the end of the day on May 18th, if you are not passing all of your classes, you will not walk the stage. Okay? You will be able to do summer graduation, you'll be able to do next year, but you will not participate in our graduation at the Knapp Center. That is because we want it to be really special for the people that put in all the work to get done when they're supposed to get done. If we just let everybody participate, even if they didn't complete it, it would really devalue the work that everyone put in. And so that's why it's a really strong cutoff and why we talk over and over again about making sure you get your work done on time. Okay, Student Senate has something for you.
Nothing big, but it's just a few information. Hello. So we have Student Senate has recently been talking a lot about these senior activities. Our biggest one would possibly be Senior Sunset. And so since we didn't really get the chance to do it anywhere in Northside related except for a review for Senior Sunrise, we're planning on around May, maybe mid-May, around towards the end of the year, to have a senior sunset over at Grub Stadium, to where we did have, due to the fact that was still in construction and whatnot, it will be supervised. Pretty sure that we will also be doing senior superlatives. So pretty sure soon enough we're planning on sending out forms. Yeah? I can't hear you. Sorry.
We'll send out the information too as well, but what?
So soon enough we're gonna be sending out forms of like superlative duos, stuff like that, just senior superlative things. I'm ready then, look at us. I believe. Hang on, I lost my track. Oh, so we did have this idea of doing a senior lock-in. And so unfortunately, due to the fact that we didn't have a lot of parental help or funding, we can't do it this year. So possibly seniors of next year, if their parents will doing the work, help put in stuff like that, the seniors of 27 will more likely get a senior lock-in instead of us, but that's totally okay. So yeah, no lock-in this year. Sunsets planned. I don't know what else.
If you have more information to share, we'll have another meeting at the beginning of May, or we can put it out on the senior teams.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everything's gonna be more polished by then,
Okay,
so.
cool. All right.
Thanks.
You have 71 days of school left. Make those count. Now, questions? Yes.
Okay, my question is,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so senior
Question about Senior Sunset, how long does it go, what happens after that, and then there's a question about Senior Skip Day as well too. I'll let you handle that. Is there any questions for me, like about like graduation requirements or anything?